Bright Cutie. Every student matters.
Hello, everyone. So talking about this chapter, it says the new ideas, Upanishads, Jainism, and Buddhism. Now, Upanishad is a term which is derived from up, which means close, ni, which means down, and shat, that means sit. That exactly means taking a seat or near the preacher or the master. Now, keeping in mind all the goals to get the guidance in religion and reasoning. Upanishads are actually a part of Vedas, and they have provided reasoning to the understanding of Vedas. These works include the sacred writings of Hindus. There are in total 108 parts of Upanishads. Of these, 11 are thought to be the principal Upanishads, and the large portion of them were composed between the 8th and the 4th century BC. Now, the Upanishad scholars were mainly the Brahmins and the Rajas. However, there were few lady scholars as well for Upanishads. So, in the chapter, basically, we will be talking about the two religions, that is, the Jainism and the Buddhism. Now, at this very crucial stage, the teachings of Buddha and Mahavira emerged and solved the requirements of the people regarding the spiritual matters. People also wanted to follow a religion which they could understand and afford, not something which was always asking for money, not something that was very difficult for them to understand, not really something that did not make sense to them in real life, or something that they felt that they cannot really adopt, right? So this situation actually led to the popularity of new religions and the religious philosophies that were from of the Jainism and the Buddhism. So Buddhism and Jainism got promoted because people were actually able to relate to it. People felt that this is something that they can live for the entire life. This is something that they can see themselves fitting in, and hence that is why the Jainism and Buddhism grew popularity. So the first that we are going to talk about is about Jainism. So Lord Mahavira, you can see in the picture as well, we will talk about, how he initiated Jainism, what were, the things that attracted people to his ideologies, what were his teachings, and what were the teachings of Jainism, what were the Jain scriptures like, how did it help, how did the quest of truth, how did the whole idea, the whole concept of truth and relating to the self, understanding one own self and the identity, helped Jainism grow at a very, very great pace. The second, we will talk about Buddhism. So here we can see Gautam Buddha and Gautam Siddhartha, and we will talk about in the unit about again the quest of for truth. We will talk about the eightfold path, the contribution of Buddhism to the Indian culture. We will talk about again the scriptures, the teachings of Buddhism as well, like we will talk about Jainism. And finally, after reading about Jainism and Buddhism, we will have a comparative study. Now, Jainism and Buddhism are majorly, in having the origin from because of the similar reasons, and having, but then teaching somewhat similar, not really. We will be talking about the difference in the architecture as well. We will be talking about what are the differences, what are the similarities that we have seen. Majorly the differences, a comparative study of Buddhism as well as Jainism to end up and to sum up the chapter.